Edward Williams, also known as Ap and Quash, of St. Paul's, St. George, passed away on Sunday, 13th February 2022, at the age of 82. He was the husband of Mavis Williams in the USA, father of Nassie Rennick, grandfather of Caroline Brown Rennick in the USA, and Kadeem Rennick, close friend of Ian Harford, also known as Jiggerman, Jenny Harford, and Michael Alexander. Many other relatives and friends, including Celia Francis in the USA, Michelle Francis, Sherlyn Murray and family, Olga St. Bernard and family, Maureen James and family in the USA, Una Sylvester and family, Kalila and Wendell Rennick in the USA, Finbar Rennick in Trinidad, Deanne Bones, Father Edward Roland Mark, and congregation of the St. Paul's Anglican Church, the staff and residents of the Richmond Hill Home, and friends and neighbors of St. Paul's and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Edward Williams, also known as Ap and Quash, of St. Paul's, St. George, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Lyndon Michael Marcus DeCoto of Middle River Wharf, St. John, passed away on Thursday, January 20th, 2022, at the age of 55. He was the father of Joel Redhead in the USA, Joanelle and Janelle Redhead in Canada, Marshall and Danielle in Grenada, grandfather of Johanna, Joanelle Jr., and Journey Redhead in Canada, brother of Juliet and Shirley Auguste in the USA, Leon DeCoto and Ernest Cumberbatch in Grenada, and Byron Cumberbatch in Trinidad, father-in-law of Crystal Redhead in Canada, nephew of Cicely in Trinidad, Lloyd Cumberbatch, Norma Glean and Cess, uncle of many including Kenneth, Leslie Ann, Alan, Alanda, Serene, Alban, Michael, Khalifa, Alwyn, Albert, Mickey, Alex, Jetson, Michelle, and Siobhan, close friend of Marcia. Many other relatives and close friends including Nellie Maynard, Gloria Herrick, Damien, Samo, the boys in Loretto and the Bridge, Miss Finn, Louise Dabrio, the Cumberbatch and DeCoto families, members of St. John's football team, and friends and neighbors of Wharf. The funeral of the late Lyndon Michael Marcus DeCoto of Middle River Wharf, St. John, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Cynthia Mitchell, also known as Miss Eslin and Cousin Eslin, of Beaulieu behind the school St. George, passed away on Wednesday, 16 February 2022, at the age of 88. She was the mother of Margaret Mitchell, grandmother of Garth, Glennis and Marissa, great-grandmother of 11, caregiver Haney Alexis, aunt of many including in Trinidad, many cousins, other relatives and close friends including Veronica Thomas and family, the Adolphus family in Grenada and abroad, teacher Pam, the Mitchell family, the Cambridge, Moore, Edwards and Charles families, Maria in Grenada, Gillian, Joycey, Sandy, Miss Lane, Joyce and Lincoln, all in the USA, Alistair Douglas in Canada, teacher Sylvia, Cheryl Bartholomew, Rose Phillip and family, Doctors Taylor and Sonia Phillip, the staff at the ICU unit, members of Our Lady Help of Christian Catholic Community Beaulieu, and friends and neighbors behind the school, Snug Corner, Beaulieu and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Cynthia Mitchell, also known as Miss Eslin and Cousin Eslin, of Beaulieu behind the school St. George, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Veronica McLeana George, née Richards, of Wharf St. John, who resided at Bonaire St. Mark, passed away on Saturday 29th January 2022 at the age of 72. She was the wife of Frank George, mother of Tekla Ann Richards, Kenton Richards, Wilton and Wilma Sam, and Corporal 397 Wilbert Sam. Adopted mother of Junior John in England, Wendell Marshall, Troy John, Chanel Thomas, and Darren Francis. grandmother of 18 including Colin, Kanisha, Dwight, Danielle, Thorne, Quadell, Chimpu, Shakim, Jamal, Nikwan, Zidane, Xavier, Amiel and Wyatt. Great-grandmother of Kyrie, Giovanni and Diaz. Sister of Carmi Holder in England and Margaret Collins. Mother-in-law of Kalisha Gibbs, PC52 Lincoln Roberts, Empress Scott, Desiree Moses and Gillian Marshall. Aunt of many, including Karen, Wendy, Jenny, Tracy, Farmo, Little Mama and Marilyn. Grand-aunt of many, including Eric, Brittany and Rosaria. Godmother of 10, including Patricia, Anne-Marie and Shirley Ann. Many other close relatives and friends, including Catherine Joseph, Sister Hamilton, members of Grace Communal Church, Pastor Eliza and family, Pastor McIntyre and family, Sister Langine and family, Sister Dubois, the Honorable Alvin Dabrio and Clarice Modeste Cohen, Ambassador Clarice Charles, Arthur Houston, the George and Moses family of St. David, and neighbors and friends of Bonaire, Coast Guard, Victoria and Guelph. The funeral of the late Veronica McLeana George, née Richards, of Wove St. John, who resided at Bonaire St. Mark, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Cecilia Roberts James Thomas, also known as Mother James and Miss Cecile, of Boca St. George, who resided at Beaulieu and in the USA, transitioned in the USA on Wednesday, February 2nd, 2022, at the age of 101. She will be lovingly remembered by her children Edna Roberts, Michael Puddin James, Godfrey Baggies James, Gerald Frankie James, Ann Thomas, Gemma James and Sylvia James Mitchell. 23 grandchildren including Rondell, Marlon and Annie James, Marilyn Cajo, Isaac James, Makeda James, Raphael and Alison Duncan, Sheldon Reed, Michael and Colin Campbell, Tanisha Seeley, Dr. Tina James Connell, Tina James Bubb, Jennifer James Dennis, Sheena James and Nigel James. 30 grandchildren and 3 great-great-grands. Many nieces and nephews, including Dominic and Sandra Paul, Kitson and Philip Monroe, Monica Clarence, Augustine Clarence, Audrey Dufont, Michael and Bernadette John, and other nieces and nephews of those families. Many grandnieces and nephews. Many cousins, in-laws, and grand-in-laws. Close and dear friend, Sister Veronica Lander in New York. Godson, Joseph Alexander. Other relatives and friends, including the Douglas family of Boca, the Roberts family of Beaulieu and Snug Corner, families in the United States, Canada, England, and Trinidad, Dr. Cyprian Joseph and Lady Joseph, Pastor Paula Maturin, and members of Crown Heights Gospel Church, Brooklyn, New York. The funeral service and interment of the late Cecilia Roberts James Thomas, also known as Mother James and Miss Cecile of Boca St. George, who resided at Beaulieu and in the United States of America, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Dennis Thomas, also known as Teacher Dennis and Tomo, of Black Bay St. John, passed away on Monday, 14th February 2022, at the age of 74. He was the husband of Janice Thomas, father of Patricia, Nigel and Annette in the USA, and Myrna and Mervyn in Grenada, grandfather of Samuel, Faustina, Keziah, Joseph and Daniel, brother of Anthony, also known as Paula, Lydia, Leiden, Lordlin, Lorna, Denise, Kenwin and Mervyn in the USA, Derek, Lenny, Lennox, also known as Tim, Karen, Keith, Donis, Edwin, Selwyn and Donna in Grenada, uncle of many, including Mia Keto, nephew of June Cummings in Barbados and Marie Christopher, brother-in-law of Donaldson Harbin Wellington, William Lewis, Kevin Porter, Catherine Walker and Grace Louison in the USA, Jenilyn Keto and Floretta Paul, caregiver Annie Thomas. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends including Kenrick McSween, Anthony Cador, Janet Louiseau, Jeanette Dubois, Margot Williams, Clarice Charles, Jeremy Cummings, Antoinette Charles, Kelvin Glean, Monique Thomas, the Cato family, Rachel Seeley and family, the Henry, Louiseau, Honoré and Monroe families, members of the Teachers Fraternity, Executive Body of Staff of Grenada Union of Teachers, current and past students and staff of the Concord Government School, St. John's, Vendham and Woburn RC, the Catholic Men's League, Cursilisters, Trade Union Council, Public Service Commission, members of the Concord RC Church, Father Hugh Logan, and friends and neighbours of Cotton Bailey, Concord, Marigot, Grand Roy, Black Bay and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Dennis Thomas, also known as Teacher Dennis and Tomo, of Black Bay St. John, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Anthony Jude McQueen, also known as Drix, of La Fortune St. Patrick and London, England, passed away on Tuesday, 1st February 2022, at the age of 85. He was the husband of Joan, father of Janice and Glynis in England, stepfather of Don and Desmond in England, and Selma in Grenada, brother of John McQueen, also known as Pallet, and Barbara Mann in Carriacou, grandfather of Stuart, Andre, Stephen, Camilla, Adrian, Simeon, Shakira, Eula, Charlene, Novelette, Rochelle, Darius, Rio, and Ria. Great-grandfather of Kiefer, Takara, Sherelle, Sheon, Amari, Rayleigh, Azel, Rion, Melody, Kamal, and Cameron. Step-grandfather of Therese, Jordan, Nathan, Kieran, Dion, and Derek. Step-great-grandfather of Fall. Father-in-law of Dennis, Valentine, Joyce, Audrey, Esther, and Alistair. Brother-in-law of David, Kevin and Gabriel Andrews, Winifred and Ira in England, and Kate and the Andrews family. Other relatives and friends including Mr. and Mrs. Errol Sutherland, Kellen, Marlene, Joyce Monroe, Jean Alexander, Veronica Sylvan, Lucianne, Merlin Scott, Jean Lane, Clarice Matthew, Indira Pariag, Bernadette, Dennis Henry, Rose, Solomon, Andrea Cornwall and family, Mrs. Belfon, the Fullerton family, and friends and neighbours of Sauters, Madays, La Fortune St. Patrick, and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Anthony Jude McQueen, also known as Drix, of La Fortune St. Patrick and London, England, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Ozra Mark of Grove St. John passed away on Sunday, 20th February 2022, at the age of 63. The funeral arrangements for the late Ozra Mark of Grove St. John will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Veronica Joyce Andrew, also known as Teacher Caro, Auntie Caro, and Mrs. Blackswan, of Tuileries and De Blando St. Andrew, who resided in Florida, USA, passed away on Friday, 11th February 2022, at the age of 95. The funeral arrangements for the late Veronica Joyce Andrew, also known as Teacher Caro, Auntie Caro, and Mrs. Blackswan, of Tuileries and De Blando St. Andrew, who resided in Florida, USA, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Carmen Arnold of St. Paul's, who resided at Mountgay St. George, passed away on Tuesday, 22nd February 2022. The funeral arrangements for the late Carmen Arnold of St. Paul's, who resided at Mountgay St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Judith Hilda Phillip, also known as Auntie Hilda, of Shantimel St. Patrick, passed away on Sunday, 28th February, at the age of 89. The funeral of the late Judith Hilda Phillip of Chantimel St. Patrick will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lockwar Brothers Funeral Home.
Wayne Celestine, also known as Sion or Fish, of Mamacan St. Andrew, died on Wednesday, 16 February 2022, at the age of 59. The funeral arrangements for the late Wayne Celestine, also known as Sion or Fish of Mamacan St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Monica Tellisford of Old Westerhall St. David passed away on Wednesday, 16 February 2022, at the age of 84. The funeral arrangements for the late Monica Tellisford of Old Westerhall St. David will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lackwar Brothers Funeral Homes.
Nelsia Vincent of Richmond, Granborough and Felix Park Cottage, Crowshoe St. Andrew, passed away on Monday, 14th February at the age of 87. The funeral of the late Nelsia Vincent of Richmond, Granborough and Felix Park Cottage, Crowshoe St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lockwar Brothers Funeral Home. Ursula Antoine Nee Sandy of Happy Hill St. George, member of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire, former principal of the St. George's Anglican Senior School, also known as Hindesy, and pastor emerita of the St. George's Bible Holiness Church. She transitioned to glory on Wednesday, February 9th, 2022, at the age of 75. The funeral arrangements of the late Ursula Antoine, MBE, of Happy Hill St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Thomas Newton, also known as Lack of Lasager St. David, passed away on Monday, 14th February at the age of 79. The funeral of the late Thomas Newton, also known as Lack of Lasager St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lockwar Brothers Funeral Home.
Delbert Bowler of Duquesne St. Mark passed away on Friday, 4th February 2022, at the age of 84. The funeral arrangements for the late Delbert Bowler of Duquesne St. Mark will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lackwar Brothers Funeral Homes. Godfrey A.B. Alexander, also known as Natty, of Tempe St. George, a resident of Spice Residential Care, passed away on Sunday, January 30th, 2022, at the age of 69. The funeral arrangements for the late Godfrey A.B. Alexander, also known as Natty, of Tempe St. George, a resident of Spice Residential Care, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lackwar Brothers Funeral Homes.
The management and staff of MTV extend deepest condolences to those of you whose loved ones have passed on. Thanks for watching.
The pain and agony of losing someone is never easy. Within your own mind and heart, there is a deep pain, agony that no one can fill. Within you see yourself painfully accepting the fact that you have lost someone you love. But this is what the Word of God said in the book of Psalms 121. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help comes from the Lord, which made the heaven and the earth. To him you need to look to for your help and your leadership and your guidance. Man will not give you that help that you need. Money, fame, even the very material things that you have seek. You realize in losing someone, none of those things would give you help. Right now, there is one person who stands ready to help you. His name is Jesus Christ. He is King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Why not trust Him today? Why not allow Him to be at peace in your life? I want to pray for you and your family. Pray with me. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, I surrender, Lord, every heart that is painfully accepting the reality of their lives who have lost a loved one. I pray, O God, that you comfort those families. Give them strength. Enable them to see, God, that you are there for them, that you, Lord, will never leave them, nor will you forsake them, for from you will come their help. I ask your blessing and for strength for them today, in Jesus' holy and precious name. Amen and amen. May God bless you and keep you and sustain you. May He overshadow you and look over your family as you reach deep within and overcome this deep sorrow and pain that you face. My prayers and thoughts are with you and your family. God bless you.